You could tell it's a lack of ego in that, because if anybody know the Bad Boys story, that was Martin Lawrence's movie. He hired Will Smith, and then Will Smith became the bigger star, quote unquote, Hollywoodness. But Martin didn't let that stand in the way of the greatness that they had together. Right. You know, they still both played their positions. I mean, without ego.
It's never been called Will Smith's movie. It's right. Will and Martin's movie.
Absolutely.
That's Will and Martin's movie. You can't, I mean, the respect level is identical.
I saw this. I meant to watch this episode. You did American Soul.
Yeah.
And you played Richard Pryor. How was that experience? I didn't catch the episode. I have it DVR'd. How was that experience, and were you nervous about doing that?
Shit, yeah, I was nervous about doing that. Shit, yeah. I mean, I literally, when they called me, because I mean, it was a straight offer. They called me there. I was like, man, let me think about it. But before I hang up, who turned this down?
It was Damon Jr.
Damon Jr. But it was honestly the reason why I accepted it. It was like, because I was like, man, let me read it first. Let me watch a couple episodes of the show, because I had seen the show, but I'm not like a avid watcher. You know what I mean? But like I know Sigwin. I was like, I know some people on the show, so I try to support everything that I know somebody in, especially when it's a well-produced black show.
Absolutely.
And it was real dope. It was real dope because I was like, how much of Richard, because I've seen the show, and I go, how much of Richard's life are we seeing? Who do I have to be? And I'm not talking about I'm talking about who do I have to be? Which Richard is this? What year is this? What's going on in his life? Like, what's happening? So they send a script, and I do some research. Then they send a script, and I realize like, oh, he's only in the studio. You never see him outside the studio. Don can't be there. They need Richard to host the show. And Richard's just hitting on every chick around the studio. He's just being an asshole, hitting on everybody. So I was like, oh, this I can do. This and that's not biopic. This is Richard being. So I was like, I'm gonna be me as a dude from the 70s.
So you had to do the voice. I didn't hear the. No, okay. I was about to say I want to hear your Richard Pryor voice.
There's two or three moments that I do pay homage, and I was like, can we get a couple? I was like, we done with the scene. But I was like, can I get I want to run this by y'all real quick. And they fucking lost it, my nigga. They did not know I was going to do this. And there was somebody, one of the girl who plays the stage manager on the show, the studio floor manager. She's like, she was about to say, oh, you mean don't say nigga? And I was like, don't say it. I mean, like I had.
That's good.
So like, but they didn't know I was going to do that shit. So everybody lost, and I was like, I got a couple. I'm gonna pay homage, but I don't do impressions. Y'all should have got Jay Farrell or Afion if you wanted impressions. I don't do that. But right. if I'm gonna live his life, I'm gonna need a few weeks or a few months to tap into this. But
well, now we know who turned down the role. You just named both of them.
No. They would not tell me. I'm just saying, motherfuckers who kill impressions. I mean,
No, I'm telling you, that's who turned down the role. I'm literally telling you, they called Jay Farrell and Afion. They said no. Then they called you, Tone Bell. Finally,
I think I have to go. I'm taking.
We better wrap up. I see you got 2 projects coming up. You got Work Wife. That's your pilot, right? Is that the pilot?
Yep. Me and Cabral.
And you have the United States versus Billie Holiday, which I have a very funny story about. Tell me about both of those projects.
Work Wife. I mean, we this was ABC. I had a wild pilot season after, because I had a show at CBS. I had a pilot at CBS that I wrote and created that did not get to shoot.
What was the name of that?
Mr. Right Now.
Oh, I like that. I like the name of that.
Yeah, Mr. Right Now. It was just about a dude who like thought he's a good catch, and women are like.
Right. On second thought.
So he wants to grow up and make himself, I want a family. I'm sick of playing games.
First of all, that's an incredible premise for a show. That's number one. Number two, if you sell it to CBS, because I don't know this, if you sell a show to CBS and they pass on it, can you still take that script and shop it around to other places?
It should be initially in your contract to have reversion. I want reversion on the script. So, and they usually give you a time limit. Like if they decide to do nothing with it in 6 months, you can have it back. So I do have it back now. Yeah.
Okay.
So I re-own it. Yes.
That's good. Okay.
And then so
but
I
work
joined
wife.
on Work Wife. There are a couple offers that I got this year. I mean, it was probably my most offered year ever. It was a good feeling. I'd say that it was a good feeling to be, hey man, we just, people sending you, nigga, I got baskets. I got a fruit basket. Hey, we'd love Tone for read the script. And you like, nigga sending fruit?
Right.
And I had to call my mom on that one. Motherfucker sending fruit. A king got fruit, right?
A king got fruit.
And then so we got into table read and wardrobe and stuff, and then everything shut down. So right now we're still waiting on, it looks like some production's coming back. We might go to multi. It's a single cam. We might end up making it a multi. I don't know what's happening, man. I'm just kind of waiting on some direction. But I do love the cast, small cast. The show is about these real estate, these two real estate agents and like their company, and Kelly Ripa and Ryan Seacrest produced it. So it's kind of about their relationship.
Oh, nice.
And when I read it, I was like, I didn't really like a lot of stuff in this pilot season. I was going to work either way. I was going to find something, hopefully. But when I read this one, and it wasn't written for a black man, period. And like, that's the kind of shit I heard Will Smith say a long time ago. And I was like, send me the shit Matt Damon reading. Send me the shit
absolutely.
Tom Cruise reading. So now I'm like, who hot in these comedy streets? I want the shit Ryan Hansen reading, Dax Shepard. Who's your number? Who are you thinking about for this? I want that shit. I don't want the role that was written as the token black friend.
Yeah. Everybody watch me on MacGyver as the token black friend. You can see me Friday night.
But you know what? If I didn't make decisions like this, I might be on season 4 somewhere.
But you know what's so crazy? This is what I keep meaning to say to you this whole interview. Everybody knows Chappelle, the name of his production company was called Pilot Boy, because he was notorious for doing 13 pilots prior to the Chappelle show. And that's all that's going to happen. You're going to end up on one of the most successful shows in TV history. That's the only way it can work. You're a good person. You put in the work. And all of this is you're just learning and experiences. And I don't know what show it's going to be. You don't know what show it's going to be. But trust me when I say Tone Bell, you have it here. If nobody ain't never told you, I'm sure somebody has. Tone Bell will be, Tone Bellamy will be, Tone Bell will be on one of the greatest TV shows in history, period. I believe that.
Man, for your mouth to God's ears. And I hope, man, I'm working on that, man. Just trying to be, man, not an asshole about stuff. And let me tell you how this worked. And I thank you for saying that, by the way. And I appreciate that. And I'm praying for the same thing. When I got Billie Holiday, I had auditioned for a different part, right? So I auditioned for like 3 months prior. I auditioned for a different role. Loved the tape. I was on hold for like 2 weeks, and then it went a different direction. Dude who got it, text him, hey man, yo, you murder that bitch, man. Murder it.
Who got the part? You remember? Who got the part?
Melvin Gregg.
Okay. Oh yeah, Melvin. Yeah.
So I texted Melvin. I was like, yo, I mean, like, and that's, I'm sure there's other people auditioning for it too, but like Melvin got that part, and I was like, yo, knock that bitch out the park, bro. I was like, you deserve it. Like, you must have killed that bitch. And then I got a call a couple months later, and it was just they were like, hey, there's another part. You're not auditioning for it, but leave.